I quit Instagram for a full month and I want to tell you why. I know these videos are usually kind of boring, so I'm gonna try to keep it at like 5 minutes and tell you real quick why. The trigger that made me want to delete the app was a video that I saw of Nathan Zed where he quit social media for 6 months, and it really started to spark some thinking. It made me question a lot my relationship with the app. I've always known that Instagram was definitely the most unhealthy app of them all, for me at least, and that video just gave me the courage to do something about it. I feel like there's 3 main reasons for me. The 3 reasons why I quit Instagram: first of all, big waste of time. Second of all, FOMO. I have the biggest fear of missing out. And third of all, comparing yourself to other people's life. The first thing is waste of time. For me personally, Instagram was something that I would automatically go to whenever I was bored or whenever I just didn't know what to do. I would wake up, scroll on Instagram, then I would scroll on Instagram when I was in the bus, then I would scroll on Instagram when I was in between classes, then I would scroll on Instagram when I was talking with my friends. It's a lot of scrolling, a lot of time being wasted, and it has become a habit for me, so it was actually kind of hard to realize that I was doing it without really thinking too much of it. FOMO. It's literally impossible to be up to date with every single content, news, launch, whatever. In this day, everything goes full speed. It goes way too fast and it's impossible to keep up with everything. Yet if I wasn't keeping up with my Instagram feed, I would start feeling bad, and I couldn't go to bed if I didn't see every single post in my timeline. Lastly, comparing yourself to others. Everybody says all the time, you should stop comparing yourself to others because there's nothing you can do about it. Real quick, yeah, it makes sense, but it's actually the worst advice ever, because comparing yourself to others is human nature. One of my teachers showed in one of my classes a TED Talk that really stuck with me, so I wanted to share it with you.
So a final experiment that I want to mention to you is our fairness study. And so this became a very famous study, and there's now many more, because after we did this about 10 years ago, it became very well known. And we did that originally with capuchin monkeys, and I'm going to show you the first experiment that we did. It has now been done with dogs, and with birds, and with chimpanzees. But with Sarah Brosnan, we started out with capuchin monkeys. So what we did is we put 2 capuchin monkeys side by side. Again, these animals, they live in a group. They know each other. We take them out of the group, put them in a test chamber. And there's a very simple task that they need to do. And if you give both of them cucumber for the task, the 2 monkeys side by side, they're perfectly willing to do this 25 times in a row. So cucumber, even though it's really only water in my opinion, but cucumber is perfectly fine for them. Now, if you give the partner grapes, the food preferences of my capuchin monkeys correspond exactly with the prices in the supermarket. And so if you give them grapes, that's a far better food, then you create inequity between them. So that's the experiment we did. Recently, we videotaped it with new monkeys who had never done the task, thinking that maybe they would have a stronger reaction, and that turned out to be right. The one on the left is the monkey who gets cucumber. The one on the right is the one who gets grapes. The one who gets cucumber, note that the first piece of cucumber is perfectly fine. The first piece she eats. Then she sees the other one getting grape, and you will see what happens. So she gives a rock to us, that's the task. And we give her a piece of cucumber, and she eats it. The other one needs to give a rock to us. And that's what she does. And she gets a grape. And she eats it. The other one sees that. She gives a rock to us now, gets again cucumber. She tests the rock now against the wall. She needs to give it to us. And she gets cucumber again. So this is basically the Wall Street protest that you see here.
Then the teacher made a comment after watching that video that really stuck with me, and it really reassured what I was doing. It was basically talking about some studies that said the more time you spend on social media, the more unhappy you are with what you've got. And that reason being is because when you're scrolling on social media, everything that you see is the equivalent of a grape. And you know that all you get in your own life is cucumber. So then you're seeing all those grapes, all those grapes, all those grapes, knowing that all you have is cucumber, and then you get so unhappy with what you've got. Because as humans, we're not happy with what we've got. We're happy with what we've got in comparison to others. Let's say, for instance, that my dad decided to give to my sister $100, but he also gave me $100. A little bit of backstory: my sister does so much more around the house than I do. Props to her, she's really good. So it makes sense for my sister to be rewarded with $100. So when she sees that I'm getting $100 too, compared to me, she's not happy about her $100. She's mad that I got one too. So since it's been scientifically proven that comparing yourself to others is inevitable, it's just human behavior, what you can do, what you are in control of, is actually the people that you follow. Every single time that you follow somebody, try to ask yourself, why am I following that person? What is this person giving in my life? What is the added value that this person is going to be giving to me? If it's just looks, then you're for sure going to be comparing yourself in the long run. And that's why following Instagram models can be damaging to mental health. I'm not trying to bash Instagram models. I think they're out there living their best life, you know, being pretty, and it's not their fault that they're pretty, but they can always give something more. And if they're not giving that something more to me, then I just won't be following them. Same with a celebrity, same with an influencer. Unfortunately, everybody reacts differently to social media. There's not set in stone rules. I can't tell you, try to keep your followers count under 300 people. You kind of just have to figure that out for yourself, see what works, what doesn't. And if you think you need an Instagram break, then go ahead, and I definitely encourage you to do it. Will I be going back on Instagram anytime soon? I don't know. I feel like right now I'm in a good place not having it, and I feel great without it. So right now I don't feel like I'm gonna be going back anytime soon, but I don't know, it might change. With that being said, I still love the activities related to Instagram. I love the creative side of things. I love taking pictures. What I didn't enjoy was putting down my self-worth because of others. Obviously, your beauty is different than someone else's, but if you can't admire that person's beauty from a healthy point of view, then don't follow that person, you know what I mean? I'm really interested to see what others have to say about it. So if you have any thoughts, some points you want to add to the argument, start a conversation, I'd love that. So that's it for me, and I'll see you very soon. Peace out.